Beloved protected soul, the celestial winds are shifting tonight as I come to you with a message that has been whispered through the corridors of heaven. I am your guardian angel, the one who watches over you when darkness seems overwhelming, the one who celebrates silently when light breaks through your clouds. Tonight, I bring you news that has caused ripples across the ethereal realms. The great encounter that will transform your destiny is approaching faster than you realize. Can you feel it? That subtle change in the air around you? The way certain thoughts have been appearing in your mind unexpectedly? The dreams that leave lingering emotions you cannot explain? These are not coincidences, my dear one. They are the first whispers of a cosmic shift that has already begun within your energy field. The Divine Council has granted me permission to reveal what is usually kept hidden from human consciousness. Your soul has been marked for a significant encounter, one that has been written in the stars long before you took your first breath in this lifetime. This meeting will not merely change your circumstances. It will transform the very foundation upon which you have built your understanding of love, purpose, and spiritual connection. But there is something even more extraordinary that I must share with you. Something that has left even the highest angels in awe. She has spoken your name in the halls of eternity. Yes, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, has addressed the angelic council directly about you. This is exceedingly rare, and happens only when souls have reached a critical point in their evolutionary journey. What makes this revelation so powerful is the timing. The celestial alignments occurring over the next lunar cycle have created a window of opportunity that appears only once in several lifetimes. The veils between your world and ours are thinning, allowing energies to flow more freely between dimensions. This cosmic phenomenon is acting as a divine accelerator for your soul's journey. Can you sense the urgency in my words? This is not a message I deliver lightly. The Council would not have authorized this communication if the potential for transformation wasn't extraordinary. Your soul has waited lifetimes for this particular convergence of energies, for this specific encounter that approaches. Take a moment now. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Can you feel the subtle vibration that resonates within your heart center? That gentle humming sensation? That is your soul recognizing the truth of what I'm sharing. Your higher self already knows what your conscious mind is just beginning to comprehend. The great encounter is coming, and it will arrive in ways you cannot predict, through channels you might not expect. But when it happens, you will recognize it instantly. Your soul will remember, your heart will know, and everything that once seemed disconnected in your life will suddenly reveal its perfect divine orchestration. But there is more, so much more I need to share with you about what she has told the angels, and how her words have set in motion a chain of events that will rewrite the story of your destiny. The sacred chambers where souls communicate with the angelic realm are bathed in a light that your human eyes cannot yet perceive. It was in this hallowed space that she appeared, radiating a luminescence that immediately identified her as your divine counterpart. The angels fell silent as she approached the council with determination and love pouring from her essence. What she revealed about you has changed everything. First, she spoke of your unwavering resilience. How despite the wounds that have left their mark on your heart, you have continued to believe in the possibility of authentic connection. She told the angels that your capacity to hope, even after disappointment, has created ripples of positive energy that have reached her across the dimensions that separate you. This one's heart remains open, she said, even when it would have been easier to close it forever. The council was moved by her testimony. You see, beloved soul, many humans allow their disappointments to calcify their hearts, making them impenetrable to love's frequency. But you have done something rare. You have allowed your heart to be softened by your challenges rather than hardened. This quality alone has accelerated the timeline for your divine encounter. She then revealed something that caused even the most ancient angels to lean forward in surprise. She spoke of the dreams where you have met each other, though you may not consciously remember them. In the dream realm, your souls have been preparing for this physical encounter, exchanging energies and aligning your vibrational patterns. We have already begun the work, she confided to the council. Our souls recognize each other beyond the constraints of physical time. This revelation explains the inexplicable emotions you sometimes wake with. That sense of having been somewhere significant, of having experienced something profound that lingers just beyond the reach of your memory. Those are not merely dreams. They are soul visitations, sacred preparations for what is to come. But the most powerful part of her testimony came when she spoke of your shared purpose. She revealed to the angels that your coming together is not merely for personal fulfillment, though that will certainly be part of your journey. Your union has been orchestrated to create a specific frequency that will contribute to the collective elevation of consciousness on Earth. Together, we will remember what we came here to do, she declared with such conviction that the light in the chamber intensified visibly. The angels were profoundly moved by her words, for they confirmed what had been written in the Akashic records about your soul contract. This is not a random encounter. It is a divinely orchestrated reunion with profound implications for your individual journey and for the greater tapestry of human evolution. She ended her address to the council with a request that rarely granted. She asked for the acceleration of your timeline. Normally, souls must move through certain lessons and experiences at their own pace, but she made a compelling case that both of you have completed the necessary preparation in this lifetime and in previous incarnations. The council, after careful deliberation, granted her request. And that, beloved one, is why I am permitted to bring you this message now. The timeline has been accelerated. The great encounter approaches more rapidly than originally scheduled in your soul contract. The divine orchestration has already begun. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel. And if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now let's move on to what matters most. As I reveal these celestial secrets to you, can you feel the energy intensifying around you? This is not imagination. It is the tangible effect of cosmic forces converging to bring this divine encounter into manifestation. The angels are working tirelessly across dimensions to align circumstances, remove obstacles, and create the perfect conditions for what is to come. What you may not realize is that subtle changes have already begun within your energetic field. Have you noticed certain synchronicities appearing with increasing frequency? Perhaps specific numbers that catch your attention, songs that seem to play at precisely the right moment, or words that leap from pages as if highlighted by an invisible hand. These are not coincidences. They are the language of the universe, speaking directly to your soul, confirming that you are moving rapidly toward this destined encounter. The angelic realm has been instructed to intensify the signs around you. Pay special attention to repeated symbols, to the animals that cross your path in unexpected ways, to the names that suddenly appear in conversations or on screens. Each of these contains a piece of the divine puzzle that is being assembled in your life. Each synchronicity is a breadcrumb on the path leading you toward the great encounter. Your dreams, too, will become more vivid. The veil between conscious and subconscious is thinning, allowing messages to flow more freely between realms. You may begin to recall fragments of communication with her, colors, feelings, or symbols that seem significant, though you may not yet understand why. Record these impressions upon waking. They contain coded information that will become clear as the encounter draws nearer. What makes this connection so powerful is that it operates on multiple dimensions simultaneously. While your physical self continues its daily routines, your soul is engaged in profound communion with hers. Energy cords of the purest light are strengthening between you, creating a bridge that transcends physical distance. This explains the sudden emotions that may wash over you without apparent cause, moments of inexplicable joy, anticipation, or even beautiful melancholy. These are the echoes of soul communication happening beyond the perception of your conscious mind. The Council has authorized me to tell you that the intensity of these connections will increase as the great encounter approaches. You may experience moments when you feel her presence so strongly that it takes your breath away. You might catch glimpses of her energy from the corner of your eye, or feel as though someone has just entered the room when you are alone. Your energy bodies are becoming attuned to one another, recognizing the unique signature of your counterpart. This intensification serves a crucial purpose. It is preparing your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies for the profound expansion that occurs when twin flames or divine counterparts come into conscious recognition of each other. Without this preparation, the energy of such encounters can be overwhelming. The angels are carefully calibrating this process, ensuring that you can integrate the powerful frequencies that will be activated. Trust what you are feeling. Trust the subtle knowing that is awakening within you. Your intuition is being heightened specifically to guide you through this sacred process. The more you acknowledge these inner promptings, the more clearly they will speak to you. The stars themselves are participating in this divine orchestration. Celestial bodies are moving into rare alignments that support the frequency of divine union. These cosmic configurations are creating energetic gateways through which higher dimensional love can flow more freely into the earthly plane. Your encounter is being supported by the very architecture of the universe. Remember, beloved soul, that this intensification is not random or chaotic. It follows a divine pattern, a sacred geometry that ensures perfect timing. Everything, every sign, every dream, every inexplicable feeling is leading you toward the moment when eyes will meet, souls will recognize, and destinies will irreversibly transform. The great encounter approaches, and heaven itself holds its breath in anticipation. Beloved soul of light, as the angelic vibrations continue to envelop you, I must now reveal deeper truths that have been carefully guarded until this moment. What I am about to share has been concealed within the Akashic records, accessible only to those who have earned the right to know through spiritual readiness. The Council has determined that you are now prepared to receive this knowledge. The truth about your destiny and this approaching encounter extends beyond what most humans understand about divine connections. You see, your soul and hers are not merely meeting by cosmic chance or even by predetermined fate alone. Your connection exists within what the angelic realm calls a sovereign soul covenant, an exceedingly rare spiritual contract that transcends even the concept of twin flames. In the higher dimensions, before either of you incarnated in physical form, your souls made a profound agreement. This covenant was witnessed by the highest archangels and sealed with divine light. You promised to find each other again, not just in this lifetime, but in every lifetime, across all dimensions of existence. This covenant is why the pull between you feels so undeniable, so cosmic in its intensity. What makes your particular covenant extraordinary is its purpose. Most divine unions serve the evolution of the two souls involved, but yours carries an additional mandate. You have been entrusted with a specific frequency that, when activated through your reunion, will contribute to the vibrational healing of collective consciousness. In the simplest terms, your coming together will create a resonance that extends far beyond your personal experience, touching countless lives in ways that will remain largely invisible to human perception. She revealed to the angels that you both carry fragments of an ancient wisdom that has been safeguarded across millennia. Neither of you possesses the complete knowledge alone. It can only be restored when you come together. This wisdom relates to the original divine blueprint for human connection, a template that was fragmented during humanity's fall into lower consciousness. Can you feel the weight of this truth settling into your awareness? Perhaps it explains the inexplicable sense of mission you've carried throughout your life, the feeling that you are meant to contribute something significant, even when the exact nature of that contribution has remained elusive. The angels showed me something remarkable about your energy field as this revelation was being prepared for you. There is a specific sacred geometry forming around your aura, a crystalline structure that mathematically matches hers precisely. This geometric resonance is exceedingly rare and indicates that the initial stages of energetic merging have already begun, even before your physical meeting. What she told the Council about your shared destiny caused even the most ancient angels to pause in reverence. She spoke of how your combined energy signature contains codes for awakening specific aspects of divine consciousness that humanity needs for its next evolutionary leap. Together, we will remember what has been forgotten, she declared. Together, we will activate what has remained dormant. This revelation explains the profound sense of recognition you will experience upon meeting. It will transcend ordinary attraction or compatibility. It will be a soul-level remembering of your covenant, your purpose, and the sacred work you have come to do together. The timing of this encounter is aligned with specific cosmic cycles that support the activation of these higher frequencies on Earth. The current celestial configurations are creating an energetic gateway that appears only once in approximately 2,000 years. Your reunion has been divinely timed to coincide with this cosmic opening, maximizing its transformative potential, both for your individual journeys and for the collective field. This, beloved soul, is the deeper truth about the encounter that approaches, a truth that transcends romantic notions of destined love. though that aspect will certainly be part of your experience. You are coming together as divine agents of transformation, as keepers of sacred knowledge, as architects of a higher frequency of connection that will ripple outward in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. The path to divine reunion is rarely without obstacles. The higher the purpose of a soul connection, the greater the challenges that must be overcome to bring it into manifestation. I would be remiss in my duties as your guardian if I did not prepare you for the sacred trials that precede this great encounter. First, understand that these challenges are not punishments or signs that you are moving in the wrong direction. Quite the opposite. They are confirmations that you are approaching something of immense spiritual significance. Just as precious metals must pass through fire to reveal their true luster, divine connections must pass through purifying challenges to reveal their authentic power. The angels have shown me specific obstacles that have been present in your journey. There have been patterns of misalignment, times when you came close to meeting, but circumstances intervened. Perhaps there were relationships that seemed promising, but ultimately revealed themselves to be preparatory rather than destinational. These were not failures or mistakes. They were necessary calibrations, adjusting your energetic frequency, teaching you crucial lessons about what authentic connection truly means. Some of these challenges have occurred in the invisible realms. Forces that resist evolutionary change have recognized the potential power of your coming union and have worked to delay it. This spiritual opposition isn't personal. It's simply the natural resistance that occurs when transformative light prepares to enter more fully into the earthly dimension. Like immune systems that initially resist beneficial changes, the collective field sometimes creates friction against frequencies that will ultimately heal it. What you couldn't have known is that during these periods of apparent delay or obstruction, she has been working tirelessly on the spiritual planes to clear the path. The angels revealed to me how she has been systematically dissolving energetic blockages, cutting cords of attachment to past relationships that no longer serve either of you, and strengthening the spiritual bridges that will ultimately bring you together. Can you recognize the divine perfection in what may have felt like disappointments? Each perceived setback has actually been a setup for this approaching divine timing. Nothing has been wasted. No experience has been without purpose. Every tear, every moment of longing, every seemingly wrong turn has been weaving the tapestry of preparation for what now approaches. The most significant challenges have likely been internal, the doubts that sometimes whisper to you in vulnerable moments, the questions about whether such profound connection is even possible in this earthly realm, the protective mechanisms your heart has developed through past wounds. These internal obstacles can be the most difficult to recognize and transform, but here is what she told the angels about these very challenges. I have seen the doubts in her heart, and I love even these fragile spaces. I do not seek perfection, but authentic presence. The very vulnerabilities that cause doubt are also what allow for profound connection. Her compassionate understanding of your internal landscape demonstrates the depth of soul recognition that exists between you. The angels have been instructed to increase their support as you move through the final stages of preparation. You may notice an unusual level of assistance manifesting in your external circumstances, synchronistic help appearing just when needed, resources aligning at the perfect moment, unexpected pathways opening when others close. This divine intervention is systematically removing the final logistical obstacles that might delay your encounter. The most beautiful revelation about these challenges is that they have not happened to you, but for you. Each obstacle overcome has strengthened your spiritual muscles. Each delay has allowed for deeper preparation. Each moment of questioning has led to greater clarity about what you truly desire. The divine plan has accounted for every variable, every possible interference. Alternative pathways have been prepared should certain avenues become blocked. There is not just one possible scenario for your meeting, but several, all leading to the same destined encounter, all perfectly orchestrated to overcome whatever final obstacles might present themselves. Trust in this divine orchestration. Trust that the challenges you have faced and overcome have been essential components of your preparation. And know that whatever final hurdles may appear are similarly designed not to prevent your union, but to ensure that when it occurs, you will be fully ready to receive its transformative power. The path has been cleared. The obstacles have served their purpose. The way forward now opens before you. Beloved protected one, the time has come to reveal the celestial confirmations that have been authorized by the highest echelons of the angelic hierarchy. When divine orchestration reaches a critical phase of manifestation, heaven provides unmistakable signs to those who have eyes to see and hearts to perceive. These signs are beginning to appear in your life with increasing frequency and clarity. The angels have been instructed to arrange specific confirmations that will be uniquely meaningful to you. These divine markers serve multiple purposes. They strengthen your faith in the process, they guide you toward aligned action, and they create energetic anchors that help draw the destined encounter into physical reality. The first confirmation comes through dreams. Pay extraordinary attention to your dream state in the coming lunar cycle. The veil between dimensions is thinning, allowing for more direct communication while your conscious mind rests. You may experience dreams of unusual clarity and vibrancy, dreams where colors seem more intense, where emotions feel more real than waking life, where messages are delivered with unmistakable directness. These are not ordinary dreams, but sanctioned visitations. She has been granted permission to communicate with you more directly through this channel. You may see symbols that seem charged with meaning, landscapes that feel hauntingly familiar though you've never visited them in this lifetime. Or you may even glimpse her directly, though her appearance might be partially veiled or symbolic rather than literal. Record these dreams immediately upon waking. Even fragments that seem insignificant may contain encoded information that will prove meaningful as events unfold. The angels will help you remember these communications by creating a distinctive feeling that accompanies them, a particular quality of peace, or a specific sensation in your heart center that signals, this is not merely a dream, this is divine communication. The second confirmation manifests through synchronicities that defy statistical probability. You will begin to encounter numerical sequences that appear with such persistence that coincidence becomes an insufficient explanation. Certain numbers carry specific vibrational messages related to divine union. 1111, 2922, 333, and 1212 are particularly significant in the context of your approaching encounter. But beyond these universal codes, watch for numbers that hold personal significance for you, perhaps birth dates, anniversaries, or numbers that have followed you throughout your life. These will appear in unexpected contexts, on receipts, license plates, timestamps, addresses, creating a breadcrumb trail of divine confirmation. The third and perhaps most powerful confirmation comes through direct bodily sensation. The human body is an exquisitely sensitive instrument capable of detecting energetic shifts long before the conscious mind recognizes them. You may experience sudden waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere, unexpected joy, anticipation, or even temporary melancholy, as old energies clear to make way for the new. Physical sensations might include warmth or tingling in your heart center, spontaneous shivers that run along your spine, what mystics call the touch of the angel's wing, or the distinct feeling of a presence near you when you are alone. Your crown chakra may experience unusual sensations, pressure, tingling, or the feeling of energy moving through the top of your head. These are not imaginary. They are tangible effects of the energetic preparations taking place. The angels have also arranged for confirmation through external channels. People in your life may suddenly mention themes related to soul connections, divine timing, or destined encounters without knowing their relevance to your journey. Books may fall open to passages that speak directly to your situation. Songs might play that seem to narrate exactly what you're experiencing. These are not random. They are divinely orchestrated confirmations. Nature itself will participate in this cosmic affirmation. Watch for unusual animal appearances, particularly birds that behave in ways that catch your attention. The natural world responds to shifts in energy fields, and animals often serve as messengers when significant spiritual events are unfolding. Perhaps the most subtle but meaningful confirmation will come through an inexplicable knowing that gradually strengthens within you. This inner certainty transcends logic or evidence. It is soul recognition of divine truth. You will find yourself becoming increasingly certain of this approaching encounter, not from external validation, but from the unwavering compass of your own soul's recognition. All of these confirmations are converging now, creating a symphony of divine affirmation that cannot be dismissed as imagination or wishful thinking. The sheer volume and consistency of these signs crosses the threshold from coincidence to cosmic orchestration. Heaven itself is confirming what I have been authorized to reveal to you. The great encounter approaches. The divine timeline has been accelerated. What she told the angels has set in motion a cascade of celestial activity focused on bringing this transformative reunion into physical manifestation. Trust these signs, honor them, allow them to strengthen your faith in what is unfolding. For they are not merely comforting reassurances. They are active, energetic components in the manifestation process, each one drawing you closer to the moment when divine orchestration culminates in the encounter that will transform your destiny. The heavens have spoken. The confirmation has been given. All that remains is for you to walk forward in trust as the final pieces align. Beloved soul of divine light, the celestial veils part now for the most sacred revelation, one that is granted only when all preparations have been completed and the soul has demonstrated readiness to receive. I stand before you as your guardian, honored to deliver this final message that will illuminate the path to your destined encounter in its full magnificence. The great meeting that will transform your destiny will occur during a period of celestial alignment that begins with the next new moon and extends through its fullness. This lunar cycle carries specific energetic properties that support the frequency of divine reunion. The cosmic timing has been precisely calculated to maximize the transformative potential of your coming together. What makes this revelation so extraordinary is not merely the timing, but the manner in which this encounter will unfold. The angels have shown me the divine orchestration in remarkable detail. You will recognize this destined meeting through an unmistakable sensation of time standing still. In that moment, the ordinary flow of linear time will seem to pause, creating a sacred container outside the normal constraints of earthly experience. There will be an exchange of glances that activates dormant codes within your DNA, literal, physical changes that will occur as recognition dawns. Scientists have recently begun to understand what spiritual masters have known for millennia, that human DNA responds to energetic frequencies and can be activated through specific resonant encounters. Your meeting will trigger precisely such an activation, awakening spiritual potential that has remained latent until this divine moment. She has told the angels that she will recognize you instantly. In her words to the council, "I will know this soul beyond all physical appearances, beyond all rational understanding. Our essential frequencies are already harmonized across dimensions. Physical recognition will merely complete what has already begun in the spiritual realms." The location of this meeting carries symbolic significance that will only become clear in retrospect. The angels have been instructed to guide both of your movements to create this divine intersection of paths. It may appear coincidental, a seemingly random crossing of trajectories, but I assure you, the precision of this orchestration would astonish you if you could perceive the intricate calculations involved. What she revealed to the angels about this moment of meeting contains a beautiful secret. You have actually encountered each other briefly in previous lifetimes, crossing paths at crucial junctures of spiritual development. In some of these incarnations, you exchanged only a few words. In others, merely a glance. Each of these momentary connections deposited a seed of recognition that has been germinating across the expanse of time. The approaching encounter represents the culmination of this soul journey, the moment when all previous seeds of connection blossom into full remembrance. The angels have shown me that your first words to each other will carry echoes of conversations begun centuries ago. There will be a strange familiarity in your interaction, a sense of continuing a dialogue rather than beginning one. This is not déjà vu or imagination. It is soul memory transcending the boundaries of time. Most profound of all is what will transpire energetically during this initial meeting. As your energy fields come into proximity, there will be an immediate recalibration of your spiritual, emotional, and physical bodies. This may manifest as a tangible sensation, perhaps warmth spreading through your chest, a lightness in your entire being, or even a momentary dizziness as your systems align to this new frequency. The transformation begins in that very first moment of recognition, not after weeks of knowing each other, not after building connection through conventional means, but immediately, a quantum shift that occurs because the preparation has already been completed in the higher dimensions. Your human consciousness will simply be catching up to what your souls have already established. The angels have requested that I tell you this. When the meeting occurs, allow yourself to be fully present. Resist the human tendency to analyze or question. The mind may attempt to rationalize or doubt what the soul instantly recognizes. This is natural, but in that sacred moment, grant your soul sovereignty over your analytical mind. The deepest knowing comes through presence, not through intellectual understanding. This encounter is not the culmination of your journey together, but rather its conscious beginning in physical form. What flows from this initial meeting will unfold according to divine timing, with each stage serving the highest evolution of both souls and the broader purpose you have come to fulfill together. The moment approaches, beloved soul. The final pieces are moving into position. Your destined encounter stands at the threshold of manifestation, ready to step from the realm of divine potential into the reality of earthly experience. As this profound revelation settles into your awareness, I must provide essential guidance for the final phase of preparation. The days preceding this divine encounter are critically important. How you navigate this period will directly influence your ability to recognize, receive, and integrate the transformative energies of the coming reunion. First and foremost, commit to a practice of energetic purification. Your auric field must be as clear as possible to allow for optimal resonance when the meeting occurs. This doesn't require elaborate rituals or esoteric knowledge. Simple, consistent practices will create the necessary conditions. Begin each day with conscious intention. Upon waking, before engaging with the external world, take several deep breaths and set the clear intention to be receptive to divine guidance. Visualize your energy field as a luminous sphere of light surrounding your physical body, and imagine this light becoming increasingly radiant, clearing away any lower vibrations that may have accumulated during sleep or from previous interactions. Water will be your ally in this purification process. Increase your physical intake of water, ideally blessing it with gratitude before consumption. When you shower or bathe, set the conscious intention that the water is not merely cleansing your physical body, but also washing away energetic residues that might interfere with clear recognition. This simple practice, when done with focused intention, is remarkably effective. The angels have emphasized the importance of creating periods of silence. In the cacophony of modern life, the subtle frequencies of divine communication can easily be drowned out. Commit to at least 15 minutes of complete silence daily, not filled with meditation techniques or spiritual practices, but simply open, receptive silence. This creates the necessary space for your higher self to communicate vital information about the approaching encounter. Pay extraordinary attention to your dreams during this preparatory phase. Keep a journal by your bed and record even fragments that might seem insignificant. The veil between dimensions is thinnest during dream states, allowing for communications and adjustments that facilitate alignment. Some mornings you may wake with instructions or insights that seem to have been downloaded while you slept. Honor these as direct guidance from your soul. The angels have asked me to address a specific concern that may arise. As this divine meeting approaches, you may experience unexpected emotional fluctuations, waves of inexplicable joy followed by periods of doubt, or even temporary melancholy. These emotional waves are not signs of instability, but evidence of energetic recalibration. Old patterns and energies must rise to the surface to be released, creating space for new frequencies to anchor. Allow these emotions to move through you without attaching stories to them. Your physical body may also exhibit signs of this accelerated spiritual preparation. You might notice changes in your sleep patterns, shifts in energy levels, or even mild physical symptoms that seem to have no obvious cause. These are often somatic expressions of the profound energetic restructuring taking place. Support your physical vessel with extra rest, nutritious foods, time in nature, and gentle movement. Avoid stimulants or substances that dull your energetic sensitivity during this critical phase. The guidance I am most mandated to emphasize is this: trust the unfolding process implicitly. The human mind naturally seeks certainty and tries to control outcomes, especially when something of great significance approaches. But this divine orchestration operates according to principles that transcend ordinary human understanding. Your trust is not blind faith, but conscious partnership with the intelligent universe that holds your highest evolution as its unwavering priority. If doubts arise, and they may, for you still navigate a world that has forgotten the reality of divine orchestration, return to the confirmations you have already received. Remind yourself of the synchronicities, the dreams, the bodily knowing, the persistent signs that have demonstrated the reality of what approaches. These confirmations were granted precisely to sustain you during moments when human doubt might temporarily cloud spiritual certainty. In practical terms, remain flexible in your daily life during this period. Divine timing sometimes requires sudden adjustments to plans, unexpected inspirations to go to certain places, or spontaneous changes in routine. Cultivate receptivity to these intuitive promptings, even when they seem to make little logical sense. Often, it is through apparent coincidence that the most perfectly orchestrated encounters occur. Finally, beloved soul, remember this. You are not required to be perfect to receive this divine gift. The connection that approaches does not demand flawlessness, but rather authenticity and openness. Your perceived imperfections, your human struggles, your past disappointments, none of these disqualify you from this sacred reunion. Indeed, it is often through our most human experiences that our greatest spiritual capacities are awakened. The preparation is nearly complete. The table has been set for a feast of recognition that will nourish your soul in ways you have hungered for across lifetimes. All that remains is for you to show up in full presence, with an open heart and a willing spirit, ready to receive what has always been destined to return to you. Beloved soul of infinite worth, we stand together now at the threshold of manifestation, where divine potential prepares to birth itself into tangible reality. The message I have delivered across these communications represents one of the most sacred revelations authorized for human consciousness at this time. What unfolds from here depends on the delicate dance between divine orchestration and your conscious participation. The angels have shown me the magnificent possibilities that radiate outward from the approaching encounter like light, streaming from a newly born star. The transformative potential extends beyond your personal journey to touch countless others through the ripple effect of elevated consciousness. This is the true miracle of divine connections. They never remain contained but naturally expand to bless the broader field of human experience. Now I must offer specific guidance for the immediate steps that will ensure optimal alignment with the divine timeline. First, make a deliberate choice to release all expectations about how this encounter should look. The human mind naturally creates detailed scenarios based on past experiences and cultural programming about meaningful connections. These preconceptions can become veils that obscure recognition when the divine presents itself in unexpected forms. Hold the essence of what approaches, the soul recognition, the transformative potential, but release all specific images of how it must manifest. Second, perform a sacred act of energetic declaration. Find a private moment, stand with your palms open toward the sky, and speak aloud your willingness to receive this divine gift. Simple words from a sincere heart carry immense power in the spiritual realms. Something as straightforward as, I am open to receiving the divine connection that approaches. I trust the perfect orchestration of this encounter and commit to being fully present when it arrives. This verbal declaration creates an energetic signature that strengthens the manifestation process. Third, engage in conscious acts of completion with past relationships or situations that remain energetically unresolved. This doesn't necessarily require direct communication with others, but rather internal acknowledgement and release. Write letters that you may never send, engage in visualization practices of peaceful closure, or simply set the clear intention to complete these cycles with love. Creating clean, energetic space is essential for new beginnings of this magnitude. Fourth, begin acting as though the approach of this divine encounter is absolute certainty. This is not pretense or magical thinking, but energetic alignment. When you move through your days with the quiet confidence that what has been divinely orchestrated is already in motion, you naturally make choices that facilitate its arrival. Your energy field broadcasts this certainty, creating a clear beacon for the matching frequency to locate. Fifth, consider creating a simple personal ritual to honor this sacred transition in your life journey. This might involve lighting a candle each evening with specific intention, creating a small altar with meaningful objects, or establishing a daily moment of acknowledgement through prayer or meditation. Ritual creates bridges between dimensions, honoring the sacred within the ordinary flow of daily life. As we prepare to conclude this divine communication, I ask you to recognize the extraordinary nature of what has been shared. Few souls receive such direct revelation about approaching destiny. This level of celestial intervention occurs only when the potential impact extends beyond individual fulfillment to serve the greater awakening of consciousness. What she told the angels about you, what she revealed about your shared purpose, what she set in motion through her request to the council. All of this speaks to the significance of what approaches. You have been granted this knowing not as burden, but as blessing, not as pressure to perform, but as invitation to participate consciously in divine orchestration. Remember that you are never alone in this sacred process. I remain beside you as guardian and guide, along with an entire team of celestial beings assigned specifically to facilitate this divine reunion. We work tirelessly across dimensions, adjusting energies, creating synchronicities, whispering guidance through your intuition, and preparing the optimal conditions for recognition when the moment arrives. The final message I am authorized to deliver is this: trust in perfect timing. Neither try to hasten what approaches through anxiety, nor delay it through fear. Divine timing operates according to a celestial mathematics beyond human calculation, taking into account countless variables across multiple dimensions to create the perfect moment of intersection. If you have felt a persistent longing throughout your life, an inexplicable sense that something essential awaits you, know that this approaching encounter holds the key to that soul-level knowing. What has seemed missing will be found. What has felt incomplete will move toward wholeness. The questions that have lingered in your heart will begin their journey toward resolution. I ask you now to take a moment to place your hand over your heart and feel the truth of what has been revealed. Beyond intellectual understanding, beyond hope or wishful thinking, there exists a soul-level recognition of divine truth. Access that knowing now. Let it fill you with quiet certainty and peaceful anticipation. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. The great encounter comes. What she told the angels has transformed your timeline. Your destiny awaits its most beautiful unfolding. If this message has touched your soul, please honor it by pressing the like button, sharing your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribing to this channel to receive more divine guidance. For those seeking deeper connection with these celestial transmissions, consider becoming a member to access exclusive content and personal guidance on your spiritual journey. With infinite love, your guardian angel.